All right, guys, behind me, very excited. This is where some of Teen Wolf was filmed. This is actually Scott Howard Street. You can take a look at how beautiful this neighborhood is. We're actually idolizing this house behind us, which is almost $4 million on sale right now. But beautiful neighborhood. We're checking this out. Teen Wolf was a movie that was shot for a very low budget, about $1 million. They thought it was going to be a big flop. And it actually ended up making like 18 times its budget. It became a huge hit. And because it was such a hit, they actually greenlit a sequel, Teen Wolf 2, with Jason Bateman. So this is Michael J. Fox, one of his first movies. He was working on Family Ties. His co-star was pregnant at the time, so he had a little bit of downtime and said, let's make Teen Wolf. They shot it in very quickly in 21 days. It became a big hit. Ironically, at the time, they were actually scouting for Back to the Future in the same neighborhood. Michael J. Fox is actually kind of depressed because he saw that they were doing Back to the Future and wished he hadn't chosen Teen Wolf. But it kind of, as fate worked out, Eric Stoltz was unfortunately let go from that role as Marty McFly, and they brought him on board to star. So he got to do both movies, and they actually both competed, I think, at the box office. And Teen Wolf actually made number 2 at the box office, and the releasing company thought it was going to bankrupt them, but it actually it earned a lot of money. So let's go ahead. We're going to walk down the street. This is the same street where Boof and Scott walk down as they're enjoying their talk about how they ran away from home. We're gonna go take a look at Scott's house, which is also Lorraine's house from Back to the Future as well. So it's kind of funny. Scott's house is also his mom's house from Back to the Future. Kind of interesting fact. So you take a look. This is also the house where they play basketball in the backyard with, James Hampton's character. Let's go check it out. All right, folks, here it is. Scott Howard's house from Teen Wolf. Lorraine's house as well. That's the tree where Crispin Glover is actually spying on her through the window upstairs. So pretty cool fact. This is the house. This is where the transformation went down. There's actually a really cool deleted scene with Scott and his dad sitting on the porch as they're having kind of a heart-to-heart talk about why he doesn't want to be the wolf anymore.
Oh. It's like you and Daisy finally became friends.
Yeah. He's in love.
I don't think that Thorn will bother anyone.
Thanks. No, I really could have hurt that guy, Dad. I wanted to.
But you didn't.
Yeah, Dad. Even so, I can't let this happen again.
Sounds like you made a decision.
Yeah, I am. No more wolf.
Really cool. I don't know why they didn't keep that scene in, but it's a cool scene. And this is it. This is where the transformation went down. And back there, behind the house, that's actually still the same, and that's where they played their basketball and everything like that. So really cool stuff. And again, of course, the same street. Scott and Boof are walking down. There's actually a deleted scene as well where Scott is walking down the street and a group of dogs actually start chasing him to his house. And actually this scene right here, you can see one of the deleted scenes. I'm sorry. You can see one of the deleted scenes right here with this house in the background. Everything looks pretty much the same except for that ramp. But where Chase and the girls are standing, Scott was being chased by a bunch of dogs coming this direction that were running after him. So all this stuff, this house lines up. The dogs run past his house. Scott's running to his house as quickly as he can. And at this point, he has no idea what's going on and why. But you can see they've done some street repairs and stuff. but a lot of this stuff still matches up, and you can see in some of the scenes and from the deleted scenes as well, especially that house with the dogs chasing him as he's coming down this way. Very cool to see all this. You want to take a seat there? Hey, wait a minute. Did you just hear something? Did you hear that? Is that a werewolf? I heard it coming from that house down there. Woo! So the scene where they're actually walking and Boof and Scott are having that heart-to-heart talk about how he ran away from home, it actually happened right here in front of the shrub. And, you know, you could tell Boof is kind of upset because he's obsessed with, you know, Pamela.
How old were we, 6?
We're 5.
I wanted to run away from home, but you wouldn't let me go alone.
I was afraid you'd get lost.
Yeah, but I didn't get lost. We just kept walking around the block because our
Parents wouldn't let us cross the street.
God, I thought they were gonna kill us when we got home.
I know, but then when we did, nobody even knew we were gone. Did you ever tell anybody?
Nope.
Me neither.
But they're walking down this way. They stop right around here and have their little talk. And you could tell they've done some fixes to the street because it used to be pretty wavy, as you see in the scene. Don't worry, we got you. Look at that. Are you doing your werewolf howl? Yeah. Do it again. Woo. All right, let's go check it out. Back there you can see the garage and everything. That's where the basketball hoop was, where Booth and Scott's dad are playing basketball. That happened right here on the side of the house. Very cool. Same garage door and everything. All right, we'll see you later, Scott Howard. Now we're on our way to Pamela's house, which is down the street. How convenient for Scott. All right, here we are at Pamela's house. Scott takes her home here, and he's talking to her about the dance and everything like that, wanting her to go, but I think he's looking for a kiss and everything, but she kind of denies him, reminds him that she's with Mick, who looks like he's in his 30s, but somehow he's in high school. But this is where Michael J. Fox walks up to the house. He walks her up, and they have a little chit chat right here.
So, does that guy Mick always act like that?
You can hardly blame him. He is my boyfriend.
You mean, was your boyfriend?
Is my boyfriend.
But, what about us?
What about us?
Well, this afternoon, in your dressing room.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Things obviously don't go exactly as Scott planned, but this right here is it. This is Pamela's house. Scott's house, or at least the house where it was filmed, is literally right down the street and then to the left. So it's walking distance, but yeah, this right here is where they had their talk, and Scott was hoping to get a kiss or something, or get her to go to the dance, and she kind of denied him, unfortunately. Poor Scott. All right, we're heading to Mission Streets. This is where Howard's hardware store is. Are you excited to see the hardware store? And that's where Scott worked with his dad. That's where the dog whistle went off. That's where he started to pick up on his wolf-like senses.
Don't take it personally, Scott. It's all part of growing up.
Yeah, I guess so. Any deliveries?
Yeah, they going down to high school. Some strange sounding guy called. Sounded like he was in a big hurry.
And that's where him and Boof walk down the street. They walk down there, going to the hardware store, having a little heart-to-heart talk. So we're gonna go check that out right now and go on that same walk that Scott and Boof went on. Let's go take a look. All the way down here, that's where the hardware store is. And we'll take a look, and that's where the Wolfmobile comes down, crosses, and Scott's dad sees all the shenanigans that Scott's up to. So they're walking down here, and Scott's kind of talking about his issues. And I believe that sign right there, you could see it in the movie. It's not Allen's anymore. It used to say something else. I don't exactly remember, but that same sign is in the movie, and that same crosswalk is there where Scott and Boof cross to get to the hardware store. So yeah, this area here is in the movie. You could see it, this sign. I forget what it says in the movie, but I'll throw up a clip.
Take it like friars, you know? You know, that guy was right. We do suck.
No news there.
7112. I don't even know what I'm doing out there.
And this is where they're walking down. So we're just gonna do a little walk. So you guys here, you guys are gonna reenact the scene in near Scott and Booth. Some of the windows as they're walking, you can actually see the dolly track while they're filming. A lot of this, you know, you could see in the movie in the background.
I'm sick of being so average. And it's not just basketball. It's a school. It's this town. It's everything.
And just down here, as they're talking, Scott's asking Booth if there's any issues with him, and basically just says his hygiene after basketball practice. Other than that, she says he's normal.
I like Beacon Town.
I just like my life to change. You know, I don't want to end up working for my dad at the hardware store.
Your father's a terrific guy.
Boof, look at me. Now try and be objective. Am I all right? I mean, is there anything wrong with me?
You should probably shower after basketball.
I do.
No, there's nothing wrong with you.
So they walk down here. You can see a lot of these areas lining up from the movie. They come down here and they cross over here. And right here is where Scott actually enters, thinking this is the hardware store.
Don't you have to be at work?
Hey, did I say something wrong?
No, see you at the party, okay?
Even though the hardware store is actually right here. And so the Wolfmobile drives down, one of the beer cans gets thrown out the window and it actually lands right here. And even James Hampton sadly passed away. The director of Teen Wolf actually passed away not too long ago. But yeah, right around this corner, you could even see Fair Oaks, the street name, as the Wolfmobile passes along here, and he's doing his handstand. And as he gets here, he throws the can out and lands right in front of Scott's dad, who's not too, again, not too thrilled by that. So, pretty cool stuff. Let's go and check out a couple more spots. All right, another really cool location, the party house, where Styles pulls up and gets the keg. After he gets the keg, cool story about that, or not cool, but kind of funny how he shows up and there's already several kegs there. I guess that's part of the joke of the movie, is they spend all this time trying to get a keg of beer, thinking they're going to be the life of the party, and then they get there. There's already several kegs there at the party. So this is a street. Styles drives down here. He's on top of the van. He slides off, and we see him pull up at the house behind me. All right, so here it is, the party house. Styles pulls up right around here, and this is where all the action is taking place.
You look great. I like you. Now back off. Hi. Yeah, nice hit, baby. You are a cheapo. That's my middle name.
Everybody's having fun, partying, and pull up right down here. And believe it or not, they actually shot the interior stuff there too. So the closet and everything where Scott and Booth make out and he scratches her back, that's where that happens, right in here. So right down this street. So very beautiful neighborhood, very cool house. That's where that scene took place, right here. So yeah, Styles driving on top of the roof as he pulls up and slides off the top to party and have some beer and have some fun. Right now we're headed to the bowling alley. We're heading to the bowling alley now, where Scott goes bowling with Pamela, and he runs into Mick. You ready to check out the bowling alley? All right. Looks like we got a big market, farmer's market going on today as well. But here we are. Here's Montrose Bowling, where they filmed Teen Wolf. Let's go check it out. Here it is, guys. So we're in the bowling alley right now. It's pretty loud because there's a lot of people, a lot of bowling going on. This is where it all went down. Very cool. And this is also where they celebrated after the big game, where Scott and his posse come out and he bites the beer can and it gets everywhere and they're all cheering. This is where that big moment happened. It's very cool. Like this. Like that. Like you're biting a beer can. Yeah. This is where it all went down. Scott and Pamela over here. Scott got pissed off and threw the bowling ball after Mick made a comment that wasn't very nice.
Okay. You ready? Okay.
Hey, that's my girl. Don't touch her again.
She's my day tonight, pal.
You don't scare me, freak. Underneath all that hair, you're still a dork, Scott. I've handled your kind before. Your mama used to steal chickens out of the backyard until I blew her head off with a shotgun. Right, Scott?
Right, here we are at the liquor store. This is where it all went down. It's pretty busy over here. In the movie, it's not so busy, but I guess over the years, traffic has really increased. But here's the liquor store from Teen Wolf. This is where Styles goes to get his beer with Lewis, and then Scott comes back.
The boss says I'm to pick up a keg of beer.
All right.
The boss called you, right?
Can't say he did.
From the looks of it, looks like the liquor store is actually closed down now, and it's starting to fall apart, or they're starting to renovate it. So this might be my only shot of getting some footage of the liquor store. So let's take a look on the outside and really check it out here.
Styles, you're crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It's perfect. Now, you just stick this in your pocket like this. All right? You go in there. You don't say anything except, give me a keg, buddy. And you pay for it. That way he can't say you robbed him.
So it looks like either they're redoing it, but a bunch of the stucco is coming off and everything. But in the movie, it's called Tony's Liquor Store. Now it's Quick Stop Liquor Store. But this is where Styles goes in. Now there's a dispensary over here, but this is where he originally parked, right here next to the liquor store. right where that car's kind of pulling out over here, and they get out along here, and this is where he's saying, give me a keg of beer.
Give me a keg of beer.
So, Tony's Liquor, Styles, Lewis, Scott. All right. I wonder if you can see inside. No. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry, I couldn't get into the one area I'd love to see, and I'll try to get a video on in the future, is where the basketball scenes were taking place. I know that school is very hard to get into now. It's gated off. It's hard to gain access to that spot. If I can get access to it another day, I will. I'll do another video at another time. But here we have it, folks. Right here through this door, Teen Wolf. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm gonna try to do more. Definitely subscribe. It's always motivating, and it's, helps me get out there and get more cool content. So, all right, you guys. Wolf out.